Joining us for this week's Chalk Talk, sponsored by the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan, is Ken Dietz, who is the athletic director and head girls basketball coach at Watervliet High School, which is located in the southwestern part of Michigan. Ken is also a BCAM regional director. Welcome to Hangtime.
Hi, Coach. So you've been a coach for 36 years now. Where did your love of the game of basketball come from?
Oh, I think it started when I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and my dad was a coach. After work, he'd coach at a small Catholic school, and then I became a manager for some high school basketball teams when I was in middle school, and I was blessed to have people that kind of took care of me and put me under their wing, and it's been that way for 30 plus years.
So speaking of those people, who are some of the people that were your mentors in this process?
Well, most of my coaches growing up, starting in middle school, but probably the high school coaches, Coach Anderson out of Pawpaw, Coach Martin when I grew up in that area, and then Coach Miller and Coach Fazer, and then my college basketball coach, Tim Moore, and the late Gary Morrison were great mentors for me at Olivet College.
And we love asking the question, if you could give some advice to younger coaches, what would it be? So what are some pieces of advice you would give them?
Just have passion for what you're doing and just care and love the kids and put them first and foremost in everything you do. And if you do that, you'll have a lot of fun and some great success.
Coach, sorry about that, Coach. You've coached.
Hold up.
Oh, we have some technical difficulties. Just a moment. Got it? I think she sounds good.
If I don't touch it now.
Okay. Well, Coach, you've coached both girls and boys basketball, and my dad did the same thing.
Let me grab a different cable.
Oh, we have to grab a different cable. We'll be right back.
I'll stay right here.
Good. It's this after that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you. How's she sound? Oh, that seems much better.
Much better.
Okay, great. All right, back into it. Coach, you've coached both boys and girls basketball, and I know my dad did the same thing with me and my brother. He always said that girls listen a little better, but what's your overall experience with coaching girls basketball?
You might be right. I've approached them the same way. I approach it with a lot of passion and love for, like I said, for the kids, and so it doesn't really change much on what I do. But I think the girls probably do listen a little bit better, and there's less maybe feedback. How's that for a proper way to say it?
A little less ego, maybe, yeah.
Absolutely.
So we know you have an interesting history with the boys coach that you hired at Watervliet, Dan Hoff. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I started working as my first head coaching job in 91, 92 in South Haven, Michigan, and had a pretty successful team at my first year. Got beat in the quarterfinal game on a last-second shot, and then struggled to build a program for the next couple of years there as I stayed there. And then about 96, 97, we had another really good team, and we ended up playing Mattawan in the district finals, and that was Coach Dan Huff. And so they actually beat us at our place in South Haven on a three-point game, and we went back and forth. I changed jobs a couple different times, and a few years ago, he was in our gym. He is a regional rep for Shoot Away and the gun, and he was looking at our machines, and I said, "Hey, Coach, we have an opening. You interested in coming back?" And he'd done a little stint with Western Michigan University, had a little bit of heart problems and some health issues, and so he said, I don't know. I'm not thinking about coaching. But I said, hey, we run a camp in the summertime. Why don't you come check us out? Let me know what you think. So about a week later, he called me up today. I'm going to come down and watch some of your kids play. And he looked at him and he said, hey, I think I can do this. And so I pulled him out of retirement and I told him, we're going to struggle for a year. We have some cleaning up to do. We have we've had a few coaches in the last few years, but we have some really nice kids coming, and I think you'll really enjoy it. And he's done a fantastic job. And 25 years ago, this March marked that date for he beating me in South Haven. But we've maintained a great relationship, which is what this coaching is all about, right? Relationships, and it's been neat. And we're both having a lot of fun and a lot of success this year.
Hey, Coach, if you can't beat them, make them join you, right? But let's talk about your team now. Your Panthers had a tough 1-point loss in the districts last year to known powerhouse Hartford. Your team is 5-0 to start the season right now. You put up 69 points. That's pretty high scoring in the win over Bridgman. Let's talk a little bit about this year's team and kind of what style you're planning on playing with this group.
Well, it's the same style we started playing in third grade when I first started coaching these kids. We like to put pressure as much as we can. We like to run up and down the floor and have a lot of fun. And so that's what we do. We put pressure on you, and we like to run when we get the ball and keep many people involved as possible. We have a young group of kids right now. We have one senior that starts and a couple juniors and a couple sophomores and a couple sophomores and a junior that come off the bench. So and we have a couple kids that are hurt right now, so that are young sophomores. So we have a young team, but a fun team. They play all sports. They play volleyball. They play softball, and they've been successful at everything they've done since they were in elementary school. So it's a fun group of kids with great parents and a good work ethic.
Coach, can you talk about some of the leaders that you have on your team and what makes them a leader?
Well, I'll start with our point guard, MJ Flowers. She's 5'3", and I think you have to have somebody that can bring the ball up the floor and get things started, and she does that for us. And she's worked extremely hard over the last couple summers and done a good job. Last week she had 21 points on Tuesday against South Haven and 20 against Bridgman on Saturday. She was 5 for 10 from the 3-point line at South Haven. And then a young lady named Samantha Dietz, who's my daughter. Very proud to say that. She's been an outstanding leader for us since her freshman year, a 3-year starter. And she had, again, 21 and 20, just like MJ the other day. They're best buds, and she's a 5'8" post player. And she just works extremely hard every day, and that's what she expects out of her teammates. And she's a great leader for us, mostly just because she works so hard and she has a lot of passion for what she does. And then we have a couple other kids. Grace Chiswick's a sophomore, one of the best athletes in our whole school district, setter on the volleyball team. Our team got beat in the quarterfinals this year with volleyball. And so we have great leaders and we have great kids right now, which is a lot of fun. So it's fun to go to practice every day. It's fun to go to the games. And so we're blessed with those kids.
Coach, you mentioned your daughter, so I have to ask, especially because my dad was my coach for so many years, what's that like getting to coach your daughter?
It's special. It's really special. And I'm blessed because she's a great kid and she gets along with the other kids and the kids like her and she likes them. And so it's easy. You're only as good as your best player and how hard they work, and she works hard. So I never have to get on her about working hard. It's nice. And so number one, it's special. And I'm thankful that she plays the way she does because there's not an issue ever with that, whether we're running drills or whether we're just shooting free throws. She's working at it, and that's what all the kids do. We've been doing this since third grade, like I said, so it's special and it's fun. It's easy.
That's awesome. Seriously, it's got my heart feeling all fuzzy and warm right now. My dad's like my favorite person in the whole world. He's always been my coach and my mentor, so I'm just excited for you guys.
Yeah, thanks. It's special.
So kind of going off that, BCAM has introduced and officially launched the One Team campaign in an effort to promote unity among teams, schools, and communities. It's so important. So what are some things you've done already or will do, whether it's coming together at games or a community activity, to promote unity on the court and respect for each other?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks to BCAM for all they do. They're such an advocate, a positive advocate for so many good things in high school sports, and obviously especially basketball. With this COVID thing, it's hard to do some of these things, but you have to have it at the forefront of your mind. I think the biggest thing we do is our league has a nice saying that we read before the games. and we read something special as well, just to unite people, let them know that it's more about them, more about the whole thing than them. But the announcements that we make, I think the relationships that we have within our conference is big. We have a 14-team conference. Next year is going to be 18 teams. So that encompasses a lot of people in southwestern Michigan. I think the relationships that we have and the understanding what we're trying to do as a school district, and especially in basketball, is huge. But BCAM is out in front of all that stuff, and it's outstanding. And we appreciate what they do to push that out to us to begin with.
Coach, we also have a little segment on our Hangtime show called Lexi's Hot Topic. So I'm sure that you would have to agree with my last week's Hot Topic if you guys are putting up scores as high as 69. Introducing a shot clock to high school basketball. What do you think?
Well, it wouldn't bother us because, we get at it right away. I mean, we had a team meeting yesterday and watched a little film, and after one of our baskets the other day when Bridgman scored on us, we got the ball outlet, no dribble from the outlet pass up to one of our wings, 2 dribbles, and it was 6.1 seconds. So shot clock wouldn't bother us a bit. I'm back and forth on it. I've been involved in BCAM for a while. Where I was involved with the Michigan High School Athletic Association for a while, and so we worked on both ends with all that stuff. My biggest concern is having enough people to do that right now. It's just trouble. It's trouble enough to get people to work in every aspect of our country, right? And especially high school sports. And I'd hate to have that be a problem within the game. You need credible, hardworking, committed people to do that. If we could guarantee that, I'd be all for it, because it doesn't bother our style.
Hey, it doesn't bother your style, but it might reward your defense.
Well, absolutely, and I'm all about that too. If anything can help our defense, that'd be good. So I'm not against it. If we can put it in, let's do it.
I have one more for you, Coach. I want to get your input on this one. It's pretty controversial, so I don't know how you're going to feel about it, but there's been a lot of talk for many years about lowering the women's basketball hoop. I know golf, women's tees are closer, volleyball nets are lower, tennis less sets. What do you think about the possibility of lowering a women's hoop?
It never crossed my mind. I think it's great where it's at. I think, women have worked hard, and their game continues to improve. I mean, watch the college game, and it's fun to watch. Watch some of these WNBA players. I don't know. I don't think I'd like it. I think they've done well. I think the change of the ball was great, and that was perfect. And I don't think there's anything else that needs to be done. I don't think it would be a positive thing. I mean, you might see a few more dunks, but that's not what the women's game's about. And I think we're great where we're at. I think the game is good, and I think the women work just as hard as the men, and have represented the game of basketball extremely well. And I don't think we need that kind of an adjustment.
Awesome, Coach. Well, I appreciate your input. I knew it would be, everyone's going to have a different feeling about it. So I wanted to see what one of the great basketball coaches of our time felt. But Coach Dietz, thank you again for all you do for basketball. Seriously, we really appreciate you taking some time out today, and good luck the rest of the season. I'm glad you got off to a good start.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys this time. Anything to positively affect the game of basketball, and especially high school sports in this day and age, is welcomed, and I appreciate all you guys do, and especially what BCAM does. So best of luck, and if there's anything we can do to help you guys ever, please ask us. We're there for you.
Great, Coach. I'm sure we're going to try to make it out to some games, so we should see you soon.
Great. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and have a good New Year.